yeah. Let it shine on you, yeah. Let it shine on you.
Welcome back to I Followed My Dreams. I'm Sin Abrams, and I'm here with Robin Gruber of Too Groovy Salon in Atlanta. So we're finishing up or starting our part 2 of our interview. Robin has just moved to Atlanta in 97-ish,
Yes.
okay? And she worked 5 years at Warren's Buckhead Salon, and then a few years later she collaborated with her current business partner, Ernest Davis, for Too Groovy Salon. So
Absolutely.
you opened Too Groovy Salon, and what happened next?
Oh, well, it was very enlightening to understand and know that people embraced a technique that I had been working on for about 5 years called ceramic fusion. And I was very concerned about quality control. And I told my partners, I was like, look, everybody has to do hair this way like me, because we can have a guaranteed result.
Yeah.
And that was the start of what we consider our natural hair groovement, because people started calling from all over the country, who does your technique, who does your technique?
Well, wait, let me ask you this. So when you opened to Groovy, you were already part of the natural hair movement, so you weren't doing
Absolutely.
relaxers.
No, we've always been a natural hair salon. I would say very early on in 2003, I had stylists who weren't really ready in their skill set to go naturally raw. And I did allow texturizers maybe the first 6 months, and then I thought people were taking advantage of that. And so after that, it was chemical free from that point on in the relaxer area. That allowed us to really separate ourselves in the industry. I had no idea that people would be that excited, but the hair was beautiful.
Yeah.
It moves, it bounces. People were looking for answers. And for me, I did not want to continue to be a contributor to hair loss. Yeah, and so I took a stand when everybody said I was crazy. I can't believe that you're not gonna have this service available. And I followed
the service being relaxers.
Yes, the relaxer service available. And I just followed my heart with that. And now I'm pretty much living my dream when it comes to hair care.
Now, with Too Groovy, we know that you kind of started with the ceramic fusion technique. So explain what that is exactly.
Okay, what that is exactly is you want to either take a transitional client or a natural hair client. We always start off with a detox of deep cleaning the hair. Then we go into the restore stage, which is putting in moisture and strength in the cleansing condition area. We have a process called steam therapy that actually infuses the ingredients. And with this, it allows you to have a lot of manageability of texture. After that process, we rinse thoroughly and always use a leave-in conditioner. This protects the hair, and we call it our insurance policy. And then we use ionic blow dryers. That is very important because it dries the hair from the inside out, leaving the cuticle very smooth, trapping in moisture. The reason we focus on moisture is because dryness is one of the #1 causes of breakage. And with that, then we use our ceramic tool, and we put the hair in a straight form, which is called the silk process. And with the silk process, it allows you to get an even texture from root to tip. And then you style after that point.
And so that was the technique that you created.
Yes, absolutely. I did not know anything about intellectual property at that point in time.
But you're a natural researcher.
Exactly. And so for me, it was always all about sharing. And now in 2012, I'm excited. It is actually the way of doing hair in the black hair care, which is really cool.
Now, what I love is what you mentioned about how you can come to this salon and get the same result from various stylists.
Absolutely.
Because that's what, you know how it is when we call the salon and she's booked, okay, then reschedule me. But you can schedule anybody at your salon and they have the same technique.
Absolutely. We do a lot of training here. We have a lot of do's and don'ts. Our new talent program, We really love students straight out of school and people who are really looking for a different way of doing hair. And everyone goes through a training process. Cleansing, conditioning first, making sure that product knowledge is key, along with touch and feel. Touch and feel is very important to us.
This lady right here is a touch and feel expert from experience. I have come in here before being naughty, doing stuff, and I just said, I'm not gonna tell her, I'm not gonna tell her. And through my shampoo, she's like, what you been doing in your hair?
Absolutely.
And then I have to come clean.
Absolutely. And touch and feel is so critical.
Yeah.
And especially in the natural hair community, you deal with a lot of buildup and you deal with a lot of dryness. And if you don't have the right knowledge base and the right products along with the right tools, you're not going to be able to achieve a long-term result. And that is one of our missions, is to make sure that we put you on a journey where you can achieve a long-term result.
Yeah. Now, the touch and feel process, going back to that a little bit, what is your take on co-washing? Because, you know, a lot of times you talk about moisture and shine, and we think that comes from finishing sprays and pomades and things of that nature.
Yes. True shine comes from within when the hair is healthy, let me say that.
Okay.
Co-washing is not my technique of choice.
Okay.
Simply because if you were taking your clothing, because I always compare hair to fabric, and you put them in a washing machine, and you didn't put any detergent, and you went straight to your fabric softener. That's how I look at co-washing. And over time, there's dirt and residue and buildup that's going to be collected in the clothing. So just like your hair.
But why do you think people feel that co-washing is the way to go? And there's even talk that people have said my hair does better when it's dirty.
Well, it's because they don't quite understand how to cleanse and condition.
Okay.
And that's why we consider ourselves a cleanse and condition expert. It's because clean hair is healthy hair.
Yeah.
It's like the body. I cannot get the nutrition I need out of broccoli if I have polluted my body with other things. So you want to detox first and then put nutrition in. It's the same with shampooing and conditioning. I believe that people like co-washing because of a manageability factor. But from a long-term perspective, the hair will decline in health, and that I will not risk.
Yeah. Robin is, as you can tell, she's very passionate about hair, and everyone here is too. My next question for you is, when it comes to your client, Robin's clients have long, thick, gorgeous hair, and for so long, we heard that Black girls just can't have long hair.
Yes.
What is your response to that?
That was one of my early questions.
Yeah.
I would look at other cultures and wonder why their hair was long.
Yeah.
But most little Black girls grow up with long hair.
Yeah.
So that's when I discovered dryness being one of the #1 causes of breakage. And so therefore, my mission for moisture was actually my search for length retention. The other textures of hair, multicultural, they have like 4 to 6% higher moisture content. So I felt if I would infuse moisture and rise the content, then the hair won't break as quickly. And the theory really works.
Now, you utilize thermal tools to get the hair straight.
Absolutely.
And we know, you and I both know, that there's a lot of heat damage out there when it comes to natural hair. You know, we go natural and we think, I can do anything I want to my hair. I can color it, I can bleach it, I can do whatever. I can straighten it every day. What do you think is really causing the heat damage? And how can we avoid it?
Okay, that is a very good question. Let's talk about heat damage. One, heat damage is definitely about tool selection. Ceramic heat only, ionic heat only. And they're not created equally. That's why researching is so important. There are some blow dryers that have a lot of ionic content and some of them have lower. Some of the heat flow is fast and aggressive and some is slow and easy. I prefer slow and easy.
Are you taking notes, people?
With lots of ions. And how you do that, when you feel the heat of the blow dryer, there should be a certain amount of moisture in the air that you can actually touch. That's a better blow dryer. I don't use stoves at all. The metal on top of the hair just dries it out. It affects the elasticity and the porosity. Those are the things that dictate heat damage or not. If you can keep the porosity, which is the ability to absorb moisture and retain it, together by not damaging the cuticle, you'll have a better survival rate from heat damage. Repetitive straightening is a cause of heat damage as well. So I would say it's not the tool, it's the person using the tool. It has a lot to do about technique.
Yeah.
So all of those things really matter. I spent 5 years perfecting our technique before teaching it to someone else. And I went through a lot of trial and error as far as layering products, how much hair to put in a brush, how much hair to put between the plates, how many times to actually go up and down straightening the hair. All of those things matter, and that's the thing about creating something, is that people from afar can look and say, oh, I could do that, and then it gives you a bad reputation as far as heat causes damage. Heat does not cause damage. The wrong heat applied the wrong way causes damage.
Let's just stop there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. But moving on to some product questions, you know, because we get those questions out there, and I know that your salon uses design essentials and Groove therapy.
Absolutely.
People want to know what products that we need to be using. But we had a conversation a few weeks ago, and you talked about how you always recommend products on feel and whether they absorb.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel that anyone should be able to go into any place and touch and feel a product and not necessarily pick it up by a brand, but by performance. I am performance first. Molecular weight is very important. If you can't put a product on your skin and it absorbs, you know that it's going to sit on top of your hair. The health of the hair starts inside the strand, not outside the strand. So those are some of the things that I teach my clients and my students about product selection. Lightweight products work from the inside out, and it provides a true change. And so there are a lot of products that protect. However, textures and types are unique as a fingerprint. So what's for you is for you. That's why we do a lot of customizing.
Right. Now with Too Groovy, it's not just a thermal ceramic fusion salon. You
Absolutely
do
not.
Natural textured styles.
Yes, we do.
And what is your approach to choosing those styles and creating those styles?
Well, first thing you want to do is have the client to embrace and understand their particular curl pattern and their particular texture. And pair them up with products that work specifically for them. We do a lot of rod sets as well as two-strand twists, curl defining, enhancing, as well as stroller sets, which is a roller long like a straw. We don't do roller sets, however, per se traditional, but we really help people embrace their texture.
Well, we love Too Groovy Salon. We love Robin. And guess what? She's going to give me a makeover. So stay tuned for part 3 of the interview with Robin Groover.
All right. Thank you.
Well, let the sun shine on